Monsoon.
And Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas, and welcome to Prime Time Wrestling and our special Christmas program here this week, where we've got a blockbuster lineup and a whole line of interesting things to tell you and get in that holiday spirit. And we've got some guys coming back to the World Wrestling Federation. We're going to have some news on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We're going to have news on Andre, my friend Andre.
They're going to see Hulk Hogan, the world's heavyweight champion.
Well, they're going to see a guy with some chains,
And
too.
I'm not going to cause any friction between you and me. I feel
Is that going to be your New Year's resolution or what?
For 87, I haven't thought of that yet. But I'm going to be very...
Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm trying, people. I'm trying.
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether you can live up. You're going to wear your hat and everything, and...
I brought a Christmas hat. I might put it on. I have a candy cane here. Gifts.
Yeah, some stuff was... I know what's in this one because this is my gift to you, but the other stuff...
I told you last week I didn't want a gift.
Well, I just...
Now, you won't offend me with cash, though, you know.
No, yeah, I guess cash would not offend you. As we stated earlier on, tremendous lineup. The King is with us, too. We
King.
Didn't mention that, and Crown and the whole bit and everything. Roddy Piper going to join us later on in a special tribute to Christmas. And the only one that's missing is Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful doesn't celebrate Christmas.
Oh, probably not with his attitude about everything else. Why would Benedict Arnold celebrate Christmas?
Please, be nice.
We're going to start off, go to the infamous Boston Garden. Jimmy Jack Funk taking on Big Blackjack Mulligan.
Let's go to...
Not yet, no.
He's here to call. Look at this. The action underway. As the Lone Ranger decided to attack right off the bat.
Not only that, Gorilla, but I would imagine Blackjack Mulligan, certainly not on purpose, but he's attempting to start this match. He's still wearing his spurs.
Well, look at this. He's got the hat of Jimmy Jack right in front of him, about to... Oh, he stomped it.
Now, to a Texan, that's about as big an insult as you could administer.
Boy, you can bet on that. Still had some very dangerous equipment on inside that ring. I wonder where he parked his horse.
Knowing Blackjack Mulligan, not too far away. Right outside. Off comes the chaps in the vest.
The spurs are still on there.
That they are. Knowing Blackjack Mulligan, I would venture to guess it's inadvertently, but I think the referee had best remind him. Still wearing the gloves as well.
The Lone Ranger wearing nothing but the mask. And the referee's going to let him wrestle with those spurs. I can't believe it. Jimmy Jack pointing it out now to the referee.
Can't say as I really fault Jimmy Jack for trying to point those out.
Well, that's termination time for your career right there. He's going back after his cowbell. Here comes the spurs now.
Why not? It's a matter of spurs.
Well, you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of these things.
They are definitely that.
They are a weapon indeed.
If we can get a shot, you can take a look. Take a look at the spurs of Blackjack Mulligan. That is solid steel if we can get a shot of it.
Silver indeed, as Lord, look at this power move here. He buried him.
You can take a look at them right here. These are solid steel cast iron spurs of Blackjack Mulligan's.
They would put you out of business in a hurry.
No wonder Jimmy Jack Funk raised the stink.
Well, I don't blame him on that respect.
You've got to like, Gorilla, the red, white, and blue handkerchief sticking out of the back pocket of Blackjack Mulligan.
Very patriotic. Mulligan claiming he's coming back to clean up the World Wrestling Federation.
And looking at the size of him, I'm not about to take exception to that statement, are you?
Absolutely not. When he doubles up that big fist, it is something else. Referee warning him in no uncertain terms. Jimmy Jack backs him in the corner with an eye rake. Slow the big guy down. Look out. He didn't make it all the way to the corner. He just put the brakes on. Mulligan going to work now. Jimmy Jack trying to retaliate. Doesn't want to be in the receiving end too long, and the lights go out. He got him in the corner that time, but too slow on the approach.
Blackjack Mulligan winding up that big fist.
Whoa. Caught him with a clothesline, sent him right over the top rope. Boston fans liking what they're seeing right now.
Blackjack Mulligan, a big favorite here at the Boston Garden.
Certainly has been and certainly will be in the future. You can go to the bank with that. Jimmy Jack may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. Giving away, what, 60, 70 pounds?
At least, and about 5-6 inches to go along with it.
Going to work on that sternum area. Big smile on the face of Mulligan. He's enjoying it. Oh, went for that flying elbow. Jimmy Jack put the brakes on, and the big guy went down heavy. Oh, look at this. Going to pick him up in the slam while he's attempting to. He couldn't get him. Might have been a mistake. Snap Mara takes him down to the canvas, though. Jimmy Jack on the second turnbuckle on the inside. Bumps away. Caught him. Reverse chinlock, holding on for dear life, I would assume.
I'll tell you, he better be ready to release it, Gorilla, because if Blackjack Mulligan works his way to his feet and he's still holding on, Jimmy Jack could be in a whale of trouble.
Go for a ride. Just holding on, literally. Not even making Mulligan carry his body weight. As Mulligan trying to come to his feet, he's up there now. Going downstairs. Mulligan's a little bent out of shape right now. Look out, in for the ride. Backdrop, oh, a long way down.
A good 12 feet in the air.
The Lone Ranger pleading for mercy in there, but he's not going to get any. There's a reversal. Hold on, ropes. Ducks underneath the right hand. Watch out. Oh, there's an elbow. He nailed him, but at that time, check the bunkhouse out. This one's over.
300-some plus pounds, Gorilla, on Blackjack Mulligan, but not very much excess baggage.
Flying through the air, Blackjack Mulligan. Oh, look at that. From behind now. Jimmy Jack lowered the boom on him. Now he's going after the cowbell. He should have got out while the getting was good. Uh-oh. Blackjack with the cowbell now. Well, discretion the better part of valor.
Tough night for Jimmy Jack Funk, Gorilla. First his hat was stopped, now he's lost his cowbell.
He lost it all.
Here's your winner, Blackjack Mulligan.
Most impressive victory in his return here to the World Wrestling Federation. That was sort of for the Texas bragging rights, I think, Bobby.
Everybody from Texas has a big mouth. That's one thing I don't like, is a guy with a big mouth.
Why, did he say something that you
No, but
offended
I've
you
been
or
down
something?
in Texas before. I've wrestled down there. I've managed down there. I've heard the way they talk. They think Texas is the only place in the world. They're the only place in the world that plays football. Only place in the world that's got cows, horses. The only place in the world that doesn't grow grass. They just have dust. Well, it's filthy down there. They fill their whip full of that thing. They listen to Willie Nelson albums all day long. Drive around a pickup truck with Granny strapped to the back.
Obviously,
Willie Nelson looks like he should be vacuumed.
Obviously, you never made any money in that state, probably, or
Didn't
something
spend any there
derogatory.
either. But Merry Christmas, Texas.
I'll have to check out my sources and find out what really went down in Texas and that's got you so bent out of shape about it. But congratulations to Blackjack Mulligan. Oh my God! What? That's the kind of way you spend your Christmas Eve? I don't believe it. Explaining to your kids why Santa couldn't bring them all the things that they wanted. Give me a break.
I don't explain nothing to the kids.
Gee.
I usually go through the neighborhood and tell the kids that Santa got lost.
Santa got
AAA
lost.
didn't give them the right directions.
He got very
Wait till
sick,
next year.
right?
Yeah. I like
thank
Easter.
God. Thank God you
Easter's my favorite. You get a dozen eggs and you're done.
I thought Thanksgiving was your favorite. Let's go to Special Delivery Jones and Iron Mike Sharp in the Boston Garden.
I
Let's
don't
go to
mind
the ring.
Halloween either.
This match is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. First from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing 279 pounds, Iron Mike Sharp.
I'm Canada's greatest athlete. Everybody knows that. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? He's as bad as you are.
His opponent from Antigua, pounds, SD Special Delivery Jones.
Special Delivery Jones and Iron Mike Sharp here in the Boston Gardens. Gorilla Monsoon at ringside with Ken Resnick bringing you all the action. He said that I was as bad as the ring announcer, Ken, and that I always refer to him as Canada's #1 athlete.
Well, at least we should possibly add self-proclaimed. And certainly, Gorilla, I'd have to think that Iron Mike Sharp might make at some point a great trivia question for professional wrestling. I don't know what the injury is to his right forearm, but it has to be the longest healing injury in the annals of wrestling.
It's coming up on 9 years now that forearm support brace has been worn. You know, Wayne Gretzky might have something to say about him being Canada's #1 athlete.
To say the least.
Scored a few goals in his career. Shot a few pucks into the net, so to speak.
And it might add a number of those right here in this building.
Absolutely. Special Delivery Jones out of Antigua. I don't know, SD looks like he's over that 300-pound mark again. He's getting up there.
He looks like he hasn't missed too many meals as of late.
Oh, he certainly hasn't.
Iron Mike Sharp, you can't take anything away from him, Gorilla. Always maintains an excellent physique.
Well, he's constantly working out, you see. In fact, in this particular building right here in the Boston Gardens, he was locked in here overnight one time because he was working out, and everybody thought that everyone was gone, and they locked up the premises, and Iron Mike saved the night's room rent.
Probably spent most of that night working out. He likes to do those push-ups with the handles on the floor. He's the only man I've seen that'll work up a sweat 5 minutes before a wrestling match working out.
Not a bad idea to step into that squared circle after you've already broken the sweat. It cuts down on a lot of injuries. SD really didn't lose the battle of strength as Iron Mike placed one right in the lower abdomen, because I believe that SD might just win that test of strength.
I'm beginning to think, Gorilla, that Iron Mike Sharp might not like you too much. After the midsection, he looked over at you with a grin on his face.
Nice monkey flip, and then a nice sort of arm drag, high style one, as Iron Mike takes a hike for himself out on the floor. Doesn't look too happy, does he?
No, I think right now, even he might be willing to question the Canada's greatest athlete terminology he so avidly likes to proclaim.
Another tremendous crowd on hand here in the Boston Garden this week, as this is becoming a hotbed for the World Wrestling Federation. Side headlock now by Iron Mike. Try to maintain some control in this match. SD quickly turning it into a standing wrist lock. Look out, handful of tights. Right to the blind side of the referee. Stepping on the throat there, right in front of the referee. Oh, he's getting wound up now. Ducks underneath. He almost landed up in our lap here. And now he's tied up in the ropes. At the mercy of Special Delivery Jones.
How's that adage go, Gorilla? Turnabout is fair play.
It certainly is, in everything and anything.
Well, SD hesitating. It made it very clear what he would like to do. There you see at least trying to add a little bit of leverage to the ropes, making the referee's job, freeing Iron Mike Sharp a bit harder.
This referee, I don't believe, could open up those ropes if he wanted to, can he?
I don't think he spends a great deal of time working out in the gymnasium.
He's trying to turn Iron Mike loose. And SD continues going downstairs on the big guy. He's really wrapped up in there. Start to cut off the circulation there, and he'll be in trouble. Just hanging there. There's not much you can do about it.
He really is. These ropes here are a little taunter than normal and a little bit thinner than normal. I think that made the referee's job a bit harder, but finally he was able to free Iron Mike Sharp.
Looking for a little mercy right now. Oh, look at that. Wow, right over the back of the referee. That could constitute a disqualification right there. The referee just ignored it like it was, you know, common everyday happening. Let somebody clobber somebody else right over the back of it. Look out. Going to the outside. Going to clothesline him here on his top rope. Never runs out of things to do inside there.
No, he doesn't, Gorilla.
Now he wants to be a referee as well as he started the initial count.
As we've said so many times, this referee does not appear to be taking great control of this match.
Downstairs, Iron Mike again. Oh, he didn't do his homework. That won't bother SD. He loves that. He'll do that all night. There's a good shot of some of these 16 banners hanging from the ceiling here in the Boston Garden, proclaiming what kind of a basketball team, in fact, the Boston Celtics are.
I really enjoyed just being here in the Boston Garden, Gorilla. A fellow Minnesotan like I am, Kevin McHale, is making quite a name for himself in this very building.
Boy, he certainly is. I understand that you had some time off not too long ago and went down and visited some of your dear friends down in the Grand Cayman Islands.
I was very surprised to learn how popular Primetime USA is in the Grand Cayman Islands. Had a chance to visit with a lot of big wrestling fans, and must say hello to my friend with immigration. The trip would have been a little nicer if the luggage had arrived, but
well, those things happen. It's amazing. There's nowhere you can go on this planet anymore and escape the boundaries of the World Wrestling Federation. They are literally everywhere.
I learned we are very appropriately named World Wrestling Federation.
That's what it's all about. Look out, Irish whip in here. Oh, went to plant the right foot, but a little bit slow on that maneuver, and SD picked it up immediately. Atomic drop coming up. Nailed him with it. Could have went for the cover right there, didn't see fit to do it. SD, to me, Kenny, doesn't have that killer instinct, doesn't have that knack to put somebody away when it's time to put them away.
I think you're exactly right. We saw it when Iron Mike Sharp was all tied up in the ropes earlier, just a moment ago. And perhaps he certainly has the physique, the tools, the speed for a man of his size, but that may be the one thing that he's lacking to become a champion in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, he doesn't get that boiler fired up quick enough, and sometimes by the time he does, it's too late. Trapped in the corner once again. Sharp going to work with everything and anything in his arsenal. SD not faring too well at this particular point in time.
A prime example of what can happen when you fail to capitalize on any opportunity inside of that ring. If you show any mercy on your opponent, it'll more than likely come back to haunt you.
Iron Mike Sharp with a big right chop. Oh, there's another one. He has many of the characteristics of his father when he was wrestling. Plants an elbow right in the sternum area, over for the cover. Referee way out of position, didn't matter. SD got out of there in a hurry, but referee was way out of position. There's that left hand. He is a southpaw, Jones is. Planting him right in the kisser with those right jabs. Mike could be looking for somewhere to hide in a moment. Another Irish whip in.
There again, as you talked about, failing to go right after his opponent.
That forearm support taking its toll so far in this match. Got that 300 pounds up in the air. 2 count. Oh, foot's on the ropes. In fact, both feet are. Referee spots it. You didn't win it yet, Mike. Arguing with the referee now. SD right in behind quickly. Going for a sunset roll up here. Got the shoulders down. 2 count only. Sharp a little preoccupied there. Almost cost him the match. Oh, he went for a snapmare. Got caught. Perhaps nice backslide here. Shoulders out. He got it.
Well, Gorilla, SD Jones didn't quite have the killer instinct, but he did outmaneuver Iron Mike Sharp.
Well, Iron Mike Sharp made too many mistakes.
Here's your winner, SD Special Delivery Jones.
Special Delivery Jones, big favorite here in Beantown, getting to Duke here. Let's go back and take a look at how, in fact, he did it.
Well, here you see Iron Mike Sharp arguing with the referee. SD very alertly picking him up. Sunset flip comes off, locks him up. A count of 2, a count of 3. No, I beg your pardon right there. It was only a count of 2. That was the first one. We thought of a very near fall. Went for a heel throw. SD caught him from behind.
Nice backslide. Look at the leverage there, Kenny. He just forced his head right into the shoulder blades of Iron Mike Sharp. Iron Mike Sharp just plain flat out made too many mistakes. We'll be back.
What a Christmas present for special delivery. He needed that win, Bonnie. He needed that win. You know, he hasn't been faring too well of late here in the World Wrestling Federation. He needed it.
Well, it'll help his confidence. It'll help him mentally.
Help his pocketbook, help everything. Help his career.
And God knows he needs help.
I'm glad you said that and not me.
Well, what are these gifts to you now? This monstrosity is big when you say
yeah, I know what this is. I brought this. It's for you. This
don't
stuff
want
was
it.
sent down from our main office, and you know, I don't have a clue who it is or what it's for.
Well, the green one there has a banana on it.
So what is?
That's got to be for you, old
Well, maybe that's for me.
chimpanzee.
think
This
I
one
should,
here. I think I should.
That's obviously. This one is obviously for you. I love it.
Why is it obviously for me?
It's obviously for you. No, look what's sticking out of the end of it. It's obviously for you. We'll be back
What
right
is
after
that
this.
sticking out the end of it? I don't think it's that funny.
Well, during the break, we just about got this one open here, but it decided to crawl back, so to speak.
Hey, I know what that is. You're not making a fool out of me. It's some kind of a doll with a long neck and two hands. And it's going to symbolize what I look like after somebody stretches my neck. I know what you're trying to imply. What's in that bag probably looks exactly like me, and you're trying to imply that.
I didn't bring that. That's not my gift. This is my gift right here. Right now, we're going to go to Mean Gene Okerlund and a special update on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
From the pages of the World Wrestling Federation magazine, here's Update with Gene Okerlund.
Recently, at a World Wrestling Federation match is seen by an international television audience, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat squared off against the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This meeting was for the coveted Intercontinental Championship. Early on in this title bout, Steamboat demonstrated clear-cut dominance. But as the match progressed, it became apparent that the defending champion was frustrated. At that point, action moved to the outside of the ring. As a result of the Macho Man slamming Steamboat's throat into the barricade and other repeated attacks, the Dragon suffered a devastating injury to his larynx and was removed from the arena on a stretcher. World Wrestling Federation cameras were on hand as Ricky Steamboat consulted with a speech pathologist.
What to do now is to increase the strength of your vocal cords. I'd like you to say this vowel after me. E.
He.
Okay, now you're trying, but I want it to be more crisp. E.
He. He. Hey. 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 Hey.
Obviously, Ricky Steamboat is physically on the mend. The question now is, will his speech fully return, and will the Dragon recover from the psychological scars of this devastating injury? For Update, I'm Gene Okerlund.
Obviously, extremely frustrated, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Well, I can understand that. Anybody knows that there's always F after E. He couldn't get it out. He just completely forgot what the alphabet was all about. It's a shame at his age.
I'll tell you what, this guy's got more courage, more guts than anybody that I know in the realm of professional wrestling today. Personally, in my opinion, I believe that he'll be back to that squared circle.
Well, I sincerely hope Steamboat gets a lot of cash for Christmas, because his career as a productive professional wrestler is over.
Highly unlikely. I'll tell you, guys.
This is my opinion.
I'll tell you a guy whose career is not over. In fact, recently returning to the World Wrestling Federation, one Blackjack Mulligan. What a awesome individual. He's got to be close to 350 pounds right now, and just an unbelievable athlete.
Sure, he's been. That's why there's no grass in Texas. Nothing grows. He's been out there grazing for 6 months.
Well, we're going to take a look right now at Blackjack Mulligan and the famed honey wagon.
What is a honey wagon?
Most interesting piece of equipment.
I had
Let's
a
go to the
57
tape.
Chevy once, I called it.
I want everybody to stop everything they're doing, because what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, go get Mama from the kitchen real quick. You're looking at the original honey wagon, Mama. Because what you do in here, this one right here belonged to my granddaddy and fertilized all across Texas. What you do, you put the cow chips in here, hook up the team of horses, and you just take off and turn all the machinery on here and start to fertilize. But Blackjack Mulligan believes that I've come up with an idea. With all the available fertilizer in the WWF, can you imagine how much fertilizer could be spread? I believe this wagon and another one would hold old King Kong Bundy And by my estimations, you have to be able to fertilize half of Texas with Bundy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull this wagon up to every arena in the United States, and one by one, I'm gonna take them cow chips, that fertilizer, and throw them in this wagon, brother, and what a stinky situation that's gonna be. Woo! Man.
That's nothing but an old-fashioned manure spreader.
Yes, and you notice the big hat on it.
King Kong Bundy would fill that up.
No, King Kong Bundy wouldn't fill. You know, there's a tragic story goes along with that honey wagon. Did you know his grandparents brought that all the way to California from Texas? And her knees and shoulders just about were tore out from pulling that big thing.
Give me a break.
How many people know that about the Mulligan
family? Give me a break, will you please? You know, you've been a fountain of misinformation here for the past several weeks. We tried to get some information from you on the reinstatement of Andre the Giant. Went right by you, went to my former colleague, Jesse the Body Ventura, and got him, in fact, to get a hold of Andre the Giant. Jesse the Body Ventura.
No, I don't mean that. He's talking to Andre the Giant.
Yeah. He's actually going to have a conversation with Andre the Giant, find out what transpired in the hearing that reinstated
him.
The one that you were there at the hearing.
Wait a minute. Now, I want to know what's going to be shown here. Wait a minute. Don't give me that.
We're going to find out if Jesse knows anything. Let's go to the tape.
Jesse's talking to Andre the Giant.
That's right.
Now, look at Andre. I got questions I got to ask you. And I understand that you and I don't always see eye to eye. Right? But I got to ask you, were you at the hearing where the suspension was lifted?
No.
Bobby Heenan was at that hearing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what went on. How could the suspension of you be lifted in the World Wrestling Federation?
I think it's none of your business.
It's my business. The body's got to know. The body's got to find out.
Well, I'm going to have to go and interview Andre. I can see that. He hates Jesse with a passion.
But he likes you?
Well, I'm probably more of a friend to Andre the Giant than you or Jesse the Body Ventura.
Don't you understand what is going down here? There are some things nobody needs to know.
What do you mean
My
nobody needs to
personal
know?
business is not yours.
This is
or
not your
people's
personal business.
It's Christmas.
What's that? That doesn't have anything to do with the situation at all.
What?
That it's Christmas.
That's what I just said.
The question is that this is a matter for the public. This is the World Wrestling Federation. We deal with the public. We cater to the public. They want to know why Andre the Giant, after all the things you did to get him suspended, is now reinstated into the World Wrestling Federation with you, the only one present at the reinstatement meeting. In other words, you had to give the okay, more or less. True or false? We'll be back.
We'll be back in a minute.
Well, what could a Christmas program be without a king? Or someone bearing gifts? Weren't you supposed to bring some gifts for the crew? Camera guys? And
Wait a minute. This was going to be a surprise for them. You blew it, Monsoon.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Miss Betty is on her way.
Betty?
Oh, no, she's not the gift for the crew. Let me finish. She's on her way here, as much as they'd like it. She's on her way here right now with gifts for every one of the
Harley
crews.
races we joined in progress in the Boston Garden.
And the makeup
Pedro
lady's going to get something,
Let's
too.
go to the ring.
I don't know how to wrap it.
Very tightly, possibly a tear in there. Morales might go to work on that later on. Handful of tights, got those fingers right down in the tights of Morales. That's how he gets rid of them. Backdrop as Morales caught him sleeping, coming off the ropes. King trying to shake the cobwebs out. As so far, everything he's tried has just backfired.
It's been all Pedro Morales so far. And of course, he has a great reputation and a great record in the Boston Garden.
Well, he certainly does, and this is definitely a thinking man's sport. If you don't think it, look at the King. He's upset with his subjects again. As they're really getting on his case. Double duty here today in the Boston Garden. As earlier on this afternoon, the Bruins blanked the Philadelphia Flyers 5-0, Kenny, and that's doing something.
Boy, it is. There's not very many times that the Philadelphia Flyers finish 3 periods of hockey with nothing but a goose egg to show.
Absolutely not. In fact, they're running hot.
But Harry Sinnen has the Boston Bruins on the move, no question about that.
On the track. King going to work now as that knee is planted right underneath the chin. A possible chokehold here. Referee looking at it now. He's breaking it. Been a heavy sporting weekend here in Beantown. As in fact, last night, right here in the Boston Gardens, the Celtics got by the 76ers by 2 points.
And what a, talk about a heated rivalry. What a game that was.
Bird didn't even play.
Although I've got to get a plug in for my home state.
Absolutely.
My man Kevin McHale more than picked up the slack.
He certainly did.
What a year he's having.
Morales in trouble as he got one planted right in the esophagus area. And the King now going to work. Once he gets the upper hand on you, he's relentless. Coming very close to being a 5 count there. Using the ropes. I don't know what kind of a 5 count that is. I have to check that out.
Referee must have gone to a little more school than we did.
Just dropped him and leveled him with a nice clothesline. The King has taken control.
He certainly has. And in a very big way.
Very haphazard cover here. You're not going to beat Morales that way.
I think the King may have thought he was in a little bit more control than he really is. Either that or his ego just plain got in the way. Had he hooked the leg, he may have had a 3 count.
Going to snap him right along that top rope here, clothesline fashion. Morales in deep trouble right now in the Boston Garden. Oh, excuse me.
The 10 count this referee is giving will take about a minute and a half.
Well, the King realizes that. He just took his time. Look out. Suplex coming up. Well executed. Used a handful of tights to get him over, but got him over nonetheless. Bombs away. Headbutt coming. Whoa. He planted that one. Once again, very nonchalant here.
Now, Gorilla, I ask your opinion. You're the wrestling expert, to say the least. Had he hooked the leg there, I think this match would be over.
Might well have been over. Simple maneuver, everyone. Going for a pile driver. He's got him up. Oh, Morales. Look at this. He doesn't even have his body weight on him. I can't believe it. Morales just slipped out the back door. King could have put away Pedro 3 different occasions now and didn't.
Gorilla, I'd have to say, if his manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan, was here at ringside, he'd be throwing all kinds of fits, number 1. And number 2, I don't think the King would have covered him in that fashion.
Well, maybe not, but why take a chance with a guy like Morales who can turn around and put the lights on for you at any time? There's that left hand. That Latin blood is flowing hot and heavy right now. The adrenaline going through the body of the former champion as he starts to unload.
Well, there's no question.
Luckily for the King, he came down feet first. He could have just as easily came down head first.
I'll tell you, Gorilla, if the King goes on to lose this match, and certainly right now Pedro Morales in control, he has no one to fault but himself.
Absolutely. In fact, head first right into the steel post. King doesn't have a clue where he is. Just stepped right off the apron.
Now, could not the referee have disqualified Pedro Morales for that?
He could have. It's his discretion to disqualify anytime they ram somebody deliberately into that steel post. But look at the King. Talk about determination. He's back. Going to pay for it right now. Oh, right in the stirrup. Did a nice 360 backwards, face first, right into the canvas. The tide has turned here in Beantown as Morales going to work now. Lands another one on the King. Morales got that confidence back again. There's a reversal. Ducks underneath the clothesline. Morales goes downstairs. Look at this. Small package. Right in the center. 1, 2.
He had a count of 2.5 to say the least.
Shoulders were down there in my book for a 3 count. Big backdrop. Morales over there again. Look how far the referee is away from the wrestlers.
The referee, Gorilla, is at least very consistent. He counts slow no matter what it is.
Morales now a little upset with the referee, and I don't blame him. Shoves him out of the way as he continues to go to work on the facial area. Don't want to spoil the King's good looks. Oh, look at this, hooking the legs. Down low, look at that. He's got a foot up on the second rope. Referee never saw it.
I absolutely cannot believe it.
The Duke should go to the referee for winning this match, as Morales was counted down, but the King had his foot right up on the second rope, and he wants his crown back.
Talk about injustice being done.
He's still the King. Referee telling the referee what for. Everybody here in the Boston Garden, some 18,000 plus, saw exactly what happened. Everybody but the referee.
And unfortunately, he's the only man that counts.
Well, let's get the official word.
The winner of the match, the King.
The King, handsome, give me a break, Harley Race. Stole one from Pedro Morales right here in Beantown. Let's go back and take a look at what in fact did go down. Morales had everything going his way at this point.
You see 2 or 3 times the referee continuing to push him back.
Look at this, scoop of the legs by the King. Now watch that left foot. Right up on the second, both of them are up there. Referee never bothered to take a look, just kept counting. 1, 2, 3. King on the victory. Not a very well-deserved one. We'll be back.
You're plotting.
Merry Christmas, King.
Give me a break. They hung that guy for being a good referee to hang an innocent person. And you admit it.
No, but he should be hung, I would say that.
Well, we know who this one's for because the banana's sticking out, right? So we can open. Oh, look at it. Isn't that cute?
Oh, isn't that nice?
Isn't that cute?
That's sweet. Is there a card with cash or anything?
Oh, yeah. No, I doubt it. We know who this one's for, too. The tail sticking out of there.
That's a tail.
Yeah.
It's not a neck?
No, it looks like a tail to me. 2 little legs. Perhaps it has more legs. Who knows?
Yeah, I got everybody around here laughing now. You're not going to embarrass me. This is Christmas. This is my time of year.
This is not my gift. This gift came here. This is obviously for you.
I don't want that,
well,
and I don't want that.
Well, this is my gift to you, and you're going to get it for sure.
No, I'm not going to get it.
Interesting
now I know I'm not opening up that
coming up in just a moment.
You think I'm opening up that thing?
Ebenezer Scrooge Piper, along with a very special guest here on this Christmas time program.
You think I'm going to open up that? You're nuts.
Well, we're back, folks, and on this very festive occasion, it's only fitting that we do something with Christmas and the Christmas. Are you familiar with the Dickens Carol? The Dickens story, the Christmas story?
Yes, I'm familiar with everything that has to do with literature.
You are?
Yes.
Well, you know, there was one chapter omitted from that original story, and that, in fact, is the chapter that we are going to bring you right here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. The ancient Ebenezer Piper.
It makes your content so much more
Ebenezer Piper. It's me, Marley, your old partner.
You're dead!
Oh, I've returned.
You died of smoking.
Show you the folly of your ways. Yes. And also to show you the beautiful joy of Christmas. But you'll never see the joy unless you change.
You always were a little odd. You know that? Wait a second. What part of Scotland you from? Change what?
Perhaps my 3 guests will show you. They will scare you into changing your ways.
Get out of here.
Yes. Maybe it will take only one to really frighten you. I can see it now. The new Piper, the new Ebenezer. Such a nice guy.
Nice.
But
nice.
We shall see. We shall see.
Greetings,
Yes, I.
It's Tiny Tim's father.
The ghost of Christmas past, just as Marley had warned.
Boy, you look at those shoes. Are you ever past?
Reviewing your life was a sad story, Mr. Piper.
You were really old when you died, weren't you, that hair?
It's really the story of a bully.
I'm not.
Look at you there. Taking the lunch money from your classmates.
Where'd you get them pictures from?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
What for? I had to eat. I didn't take no lunch money from them anyway. Get out of here.
You're bad, Ebenezer.
I'm not bad.
Very bad.
I'm not bad. I've been kept in the refrigerator. I'm fresh as daisies, man. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not bad. You want to quit pointing at me.
And now, and all can be saved.
This guy's nuts. Something's wrong with him. Oh, my pennies. Pennies, I got one. 4.
You're a bold, evil man, Piper. Perhaps my next spirit will change your mind.
Did you ever think that's why you lost your hair?
I present the ghost and spirit of Christmas present.
So, Ebenezer Piper, you're defiant.
No, I'm
Christmas
smokeless.
means nothing to you. Well, let me show you the consequences of your latest dastardly deed.
What did I do?
Maybe you'll find a warm spot in your heart after all. There's the Cratchit family. A very good, very hard-working family.
Yeah, dummy,
they
stupid.
want to enjoy Christmas like everyone else but you, Ebenezer.
Christmas.
But you don't see any smiles on their faces because of you. They can't enjoy the blessings of the season. Look.
My fault.
Look.
Wow,
At
what
the
is it? I can smell them.
Look at the gifts they've saved for all year long.
They're wrapped, are they?
They're not wrapped because you can't wrap them. Somebody, Ebenezer,
No, I
a
can't
very
wrap
mean somebody stole all their Scotch tape. Now, how can you have a great holiday and wrap presents without Scotch tape? That should bring a tear to the eye of even you!
Get out of here, man. I needed that Scotch tape anyway. My bicycle tire went flat the other day as I was riding down. I never get no sleep around here. I'm telling you, I'm moving out of this neighborhood.
Very funny, Ebenezer.
Would you stop sneaking up on me like that?
Very, very, very unforgiving man, but I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. But now,
How could I forgive this?
I will bring in the most frightening of the spirits, the last and most frightening of the spirits.
Ebenezer.
Hello there.
Ebenezer. Ebenezer.
Son of an unnamed goat.
I am the ghost of Christmases to come.
Oh, you're an ugly sucker.
Let's see how brazen you are when you see the final result of all your treachery and trickery.
You don't shave under your arms, do you?
Your future has been decided by your evil life.
Evil?
You must admit it's not a pretty sight.
What?
What kind of person do you think is beneath that unmarked grave?
Is that my grave?
Surely this person had no friends.
Oh, no.
A lot of good all his money and evil deeds did him.
Lots of money.
This, Ebenezer,
But
is your grave.
Not my grave. There's no flowers on my grave.
This is your future.
There's no future in that grave. It's rotting away.
Here is your fortune.
Yeah, my fortune is right here. It's mine. It's mine.
Very
It's mine. These are mine.
Christmas.
Get away. Get out. Give me back that penny. Thieves, ghosts and thieves around here, man. Get over here. I'll tell you something. I'm getting a little Looney Tunes.
You're incorrigible, Piper. I didn't believe what a truly rotten person you were.
You want to watch it with the block there, man. With the block. I'll tell you something. You want to know something?
What?
You want to know why you're dead? Because you wore those chains when you were alive, too! And you were bald when you were alive! And I'll never change! I don't care! Get out of my shit! I don't care! Get out of here! Oh, tell you, it's hard to find good these days. Gorilla of my dreams, Sandman, send me a tear, sweetest home.
A classic piece, was it not? You know, it's my great pleasure right now on Prime Time to introduce to everybody a man who really needs no introduction, the host of Spotlight, the host of All-American, and man about town for the World Wrestling Federation, my friend, Gene Okerlund.
Hey.
Gene, welcome. Merry Christmas.
How you doing? Gorilla, good to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's good to see you.
Merry Christmas.
You know this guy, don't you?
Yes.
Hey.
Merry Christmas to you, Gorilla.
You didn't have to do that, Gene.
Huh?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessary, but I certainly appreciate it coming from you.
Yeah?
What's going on? I understand heavy
You're
things.
looking for something?
Whoa.
What is it?
You're looking for something from me? Forget it, pal.
Gift City.
You still owe me $500 from the Denver game.
What Denver game was that?
You remember at the Denver game that we bet on?
I had Denver.
You welched, you weaseled out.
I did not.
You weaseled out.
This is Christmas. Now, wait a minute.
No, it's
If I
Christmas,
owe you,
and that's why I want to point it
I
out.
owe you money, you got it coming.
Fine, I'll take it.
Get it up.
Which game was that?
There was a Denver game.
But I had Denver.
No, I had Denver. I gave you 3.5 points.
You gave me 4. That was Philly and the Cubs.
Gorilla, I feel sorry for you. Merry Christmas to you, my
Pleasure.
friend.
Thank you, Gene. Thank
If
you.
you don't know who to bet on, it's not my fault.
Give me the money and I'll talk.
Who invited him anyway on my
Plenty
show?
more exciting things
Guy
coming
gives you
up.
a gift, beats me out of money. He can
What do
stay
you
gone,
mean you're
as far as
glad
I'm
he's
concerned.
gone? I was happy to see Gene. I don't see that much of him.
You
know,
should be happy. You just got another free gift.
It's Christmas time. I got a
Yes,
gift
it's Christmas
here for
time.
you, right here.
I don't want that thing. I want nothing from you. I tried to come out here and be nice on Christmas.
You got another gift that's coming out here soon, making his way out of the package. I love it.
You just have fun with me every week, don't you?
It's the holiday season. We're going to go to the Boston Gardens as we join
Then
in
he says
progress.
I beat him out of
the
a football
Rebel,
game
Dick
back.
Slater
It wasn't
against
a
Steve
football
Lombardi.
game, it was the World Series.
Let's go to the match.
Then Dick the Rebel.
His quickness personified. And as we mentioned many times here on our broadcast, that Lombardi wins the Grimace Award. He is the best grimacer that I've ever seen in my life. If you could win it on facial expression, Lombardi would win hands down.
No question. I'm not exactly sure if he's hoping for sympathy from the fans, the referee, or maybe just has a very low tolerance of pain.
Look at the look on his face. He is intense.
And
Rebel
certainly
wants him back in the center of the ring. I don't blame him.
And certainly you can't take anything away from the intestinal fortitude of Dick Slater. You've got to be a brave man to wave a Confederate flag in the Boston Garden.
No question about that. Nice single leg trip. Right up into an arm bar. Lombardi could stand a few days in the sunshine. Of course, some people I know went down to get sun and didn't get any. I don't want to mention any names or anything. Rainy days and whatnot. It's a long story. We'll get into it one time. Going to work now on the left arm and shoulder of the youngster out of Brooklyn, New York, Steve Lombardi, is the Rebel, Dick Slater.
Only thing I want to add is if anybody finds missing luggage, please send it to me.
Belonging to you, right? Referee trying to get a break here. You got to turn loose, Dick. There you go. Uh-oh, Lombardi right there with an uppercut. And there goes the Rebel right out over the top, landed right on his feet. Lombardi didn't even see it. Look at, oh, excuse me. Where did he come from?
Steve Lombardi asking himself exactly the same question. Now Lombardi ready to return the favor. He who hesitates is lost.
Indeed. Nice armbar and head scissors by the Rebel. Not a pinning combination, but will make life miserable for you. It's not a submission hold either.
We're seeing a great deal of it. Despite all his fire and fury, the Rebel Dick Slater, a very articulate wrestler. He knows about every hold and counter hold there is. Just a master in the ring.
I understand had a tremendous amateur background as well. very highly respected in the amateur ranks. And indeed, oh, look at this, nice little surfboard here. Very painful. Subscapularis muscle taking a beating right here. Lombardi saying no, 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 but I think he means yes, yes, yes. But he's coming out as no, no, no.
The arms and the shoulders were not meant to go that way. Although if Steve Lombardi stays on the mat much longer, Dick Slater may make them go that way.
Foot's on the ropes, he'll have to break it now. One Louis Dundero currently holding the contract of Steve Lombardi. He won't be too happy about what he's seeing right now.
And you may have been right earlier on. Right about now, Gorilla, Mr. Lombardi may be thinking about that butcher shop back in the Bronx.
Well, it might not be a bad idea. It's nice to have something to fall back on besides your behind. Oh, we're going to be have fisticuffs here in the Boston Garden as the referee quickly breaks that up. The Rebel has many things in his arsenal to put away a guy like Lombardi with. It's just a question of when he decides to unload with him. Lombardi, oh, backbreaker. Got a leg hook. No, one count only.
Need to do more than that to put the Rebel down for a count of 3.
Well, Lombardi does a lot of things, but he doesn't do very many of them very well. That's his whole problem. He's a jack of all trades and master of none. You got to pick one thing out and go to work on it until you master it. Uh-oh, look at the Rebel. He's getting wound up. Big right hand right over the left eye of Lombardi. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
And so many times in the ring, and I know you did it quite often in your career, Gorilla, a wrestler will pick one or two parts of his opponent to continually work on to weaken, and Steve Lombardi never seems to come in the ring with any kind of set battle plan.
No, it doesn't have any kind of game plan whatsoever. Just win if you can. Oh, big roundhouse right. Brought that one out of left field. I think the Rebel's having a good time, Kenny. Neck breaker, reverse spinning neck breaker.
He seems to have a little grin on his face. You may be right. He may know that he's the better man in that ring, and it's just a question of whether he decides to end it.
Not a good thing to do. Anything and everything will and can happen. Tables are turning right now. Lombardi with a side headlock. Look out. Nice suplex. Could be all over here. Double underhook. Another suplex coming up.
The Rebel is known for this snap act.
Oh, he nailed him with it. Over, hooks the leg. 2 count, goodbye. I guess he figured that after that one little offensive outburst by Lombardi that he best not fool around anymore.
I think you're exactly right. The Rebel may have said, I may have underestimated this man.
Lombardi, a lot worse for the wear.
The winner of this match, Dick the Rebel Slater.
A long way from home in the Boston Garden, and nonetheless, Rebel Dick Slater doing a number. Steve Lombardi is not on a winning streak, is he?
No.
Well,
and you're not either.
Well, you're not either. You got a lot of enemies right out there. You promised this whole camera crew, floor men, and everyone a gift.
Okay, there's about, I would say 30 people around here in the room.
You expect something to be delivered here or
Miss
not?
Betty is bringing their gifts.
All right, if she doesn't show up, if she doesn't show up, what?
Everybody has a present coming from me, and they're all different. That's for you guys on the floor, you guys in the control room, the coffee girl. Everybody's going to get a little something.
Well, maybe the big brother.
Yeah, big brother, you're going to get something.
Maybe you could give him this. Maybe you could give him this.
Here's
guy.
looking up your old address.
You know, maybe you could look. It's got 2 more legs. Maybe we could. This is obviously for you.
Something to embarrass me with. Take it out.
I didn't send it here.
Take it out, Monsoon.
You want to see it?
Take it out. Take it out.
There he is. The weasel. We'll be back.
Thank you very much, Gorilla and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, gentlemen, we have talked so many times about the fact the competition here in the World Wrestling Federation for the tag team title, currently held by the British Bulldogs, is second to none. Now, one team that about 6-7 weeks ago was climbing very quick up the ladder towards being considered as one of the top contenders was, in fact, the U.S. Express, Mike Rotundo and Golden Boy Danny Spivey. But it was back then, Danny, that you suffered a knee injury. And first off, Danny, just exactly what was the extent of the injury?
Well, I had torn cartilages, and I had some old football injury. I had some bone chips in there, and they went in and they took all that out, and it's all straightened out now. And I'm 100%, and I'm ready to get back on the road and get back on the trail of that World Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Over the time, I had a little bit of time to think of that 6 weeks, coming back here with a different attitude, me and Mike both. That different attitude is we're not taking any more of people and being Mr. Nice Guys. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus BK, you're top of the list, along with Sheik and Volkov. You guys have got to get in that ring, which me and Mike are now calling the danger zone. When you get in that danger zone with us, you guys had better be ready because me and Mike are better than ever.
Well, Mike, it goes along with what Danny said, what I've been hearing, that other wrestlers talking about, even seeing you two in the gym. It's almost like you and Danny have become possessed.
We have a bad attitude, Ken, and that's given to us by other wrestlers, I'd say, because there's only one way to get to the top, and that's got to be up. You got to step on people's faces sometimes. That's exactly the attitude we've taken because, like Danny said, you try to play it fair by the rules, step by step, it's not going to happen. Because this is a dog-eat-dog sport, and you got to go after the people that are after you. We will be ready.
Well, rest assured, the U.S. Express, Mike Rotundo and Golden Boy Danny Spivey, serving notice that they are back and back 100% here in the WWF. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Well, we're back, wrestling fans. I don't know. This little guy's cute. I think he's nice. This came from a fan of yours.
No fan of mine would do that.
Front says BH, Bobby Heenan.
Yes.
The back says Bobby #1.
I don't believe you.
Look at it.
I don't want it. I'm not a weasel. Why don't you send me a brain in a jar or something?
It's only a toy, God's sakes. Let's go to Corporal Kirchner as he tries, as we join in progress, to beat Dino Bravo.
This match is one fall with a 30-minute time limit. First, the manager, the luscious one, Johnny V. And he represents from Montreal, Canada, weighing 255 pounds, Dino Bravo. His opponent from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, weighing 263 pounds, Corporal Kirchner.
82nd Airborne, Corporal Kirchner against Dino Bravo, and now under the tutelage of one Johnny V. Gorilla Monsoon here ringside with Kenny Wrestling in the Boston Garden. And talk about charisma, this guy's got it, Kenny.
Oh, Corporal Kirchner waving the American flag. Fans here at Boston on their feet as the caissons go rolling along, playing in the background. And in the ring, Gorilla, what a 180-degree turnaround Dino Bravo has done as of late.
Boy, he certainly has. He went from one of the most highly respected individuals in the world of professional wrestling to a lowlife. That's what I call him, a lowlife.
Coming under the guidance of luscious Johnny V. I don't know, Gorilla, do you think it was all Dino's doing, or maybe did luscious Johnny V just, if you will, sell him a bill of goods?
Well, you know, everybody has their price, Kenny, whether it be money or whether it be family members or what has. Everybody has their price. And obviously, Johnny V found out what the price of Dino Bravo was and waved it under his nose, and he jumped at it.
One thing about Dino Bravo, his turnaround notwithstanding, he is a tremendous, tremendous wrestler.
Well, former Canadian heavyweight champion, compiled a tremendous record here in the World Wrestling Federation a number of years ago. And now, since his return, is undefeated once again as the chant goes out, USA by this capacity crowd here in Beantown. This match is underway. Oh, he got nailed from behind. What a Pearl Harbor job by Bravo. Winding him up here. Plants one downstairs. Look at this. Gut wrench suplex. Oh, he nailed him with it. Bravo over for the cover, 2 count only. I would have been very surprised if he put Corporal away that easily.
Well, right off the bat, Gorilla, the mere presence of Luscious Johnny B, that may well have been their game plan from the outset. Keep Corporal Kirchner distracted until Dino Bravo could come up with a Pearl Harbor attack.
Well, he certainly worked to his advantage over for the cover once again, but he's not going to get the youngster from the 82nd Airborne that easily.
Well, Gorilla, we have a visitor with us at ringside in the form of one Luscious Johnny B.
Well, once again, Johnny B, you completed your objective. You distracted Corporal Kirchner enough for your man to lower the boom on him.
Well, that's something that you noticed, and that's something everybody here in the Boston Garden noticed, and everybody in New England. But that's something that young punk has yet to learn. You can never take your eyes off Luscious JB, and you can never take your eyes off the great Dino Bravo.
I understand that perhaps the World Wrestling Federation will bar you from ringside in the future.
Perhaps you will wind up in a condominium in Newark, New Jersey. How about
Well, whatever he said, he was walking away as he said it. Something about a condominium in New Jersey somewhere. I don't know what he meant by that.
You don't plan to move in the near future, do you?
No, definitely not.
I think so.
Dino Bravo in control of this. Another suplex. No, backbreaker coming up. He turned it into a suplex after all. No one does it exactly like that. Over for the cover once again. And not able to get him. Only a 2 count.
Luscious Johnny B's distraction at the onset. Gorilla Corporal Kirchner has been unable to get any offense generated whatsoever.
Coming off the ropes. Cow bombs away, but nobody home as the Corporal bailed out. Ducks underneath the right hand, delivers one of his own. Look at this now. The tide has turned. Bravo down in the corner. Another headbutt by the Corp.
You don't come out of the 82nd Airborne knowing what the term surrender or submission means.
Absolutely not. Wind-up shot. Big right hand uppercut. Sends a Canadian down to the canvas. Irish whip in here. There we go. We're looking for that drop. There it is. However, it's very close to the ropes.
Outside that rope there.
He got the foot over the bottom rope, and Johnny B quick to point it out to the referee. Sends him in once more. Abdominal stretch. He can't quite get it. Now he's got it locked up. Doesn't have that leg hooked in underneath though.
Center of the ring.
And look at Johnny B up on the apron. Got no business whatsoever up on the apron. Really applying the pressure here, Corporal Kirchner, as he's trying to put him away with this abdominal stretch. Oh, look at that. Corp couldn't take it anymore as he went after Johnny B and got caught from behind again. Another suplex. Down for the count.
Now, I don't know about you, Gorilla Monsoon, but it certainly appeared that that was an awfully quick count. But regardless, again, at the very beginning of the match and now at the very end of the match, Luscious Johnny B solely responsible to damage to Corporal Kirchner.
No comment.
The winner of this match, Dino Bravo.
Dino Bravo and the referee were victorious in this match. That's all I can say, really, Kenny, because this referee, if they hung him for being a good referee, they hang an innocent person.
No question about it. Now,
Here's what went down.
Dino Bravo in the abdominal stretch. Luscious Johnny B. Corporal Kirchner couldn't take it anymore. Now, we roll this at full speed. You fans can make up your own mind.
Watch this count. Give me a break. Dino Bravo, nonetheless, chalking up a victory here in the Boston Gardens. More to come. Corporal may have bailed out of one too many planes with the 82nd Airborne. That, to me, that didn't show any smarts on his part. He had the guy stuck right in the middle of the ring with an abdominal stretch ready to beat him and dropped the hole and went to the...
I'm going to have to agree with you. That is a
Get away. You agreeing with me?
That's a rank amateur move.
God.
It shows you how a manager can distract somebody or just get under anybody.
Yeah, you should know better than anybody.
Everybody's allowed to yell and coach. He didn't get into the ring.
He got on the apron.
But he didn't get in the ring. But that rank amateur Kirchner should have never let go of Bravo. He had him 4 steps from the ropes. You beat yourself, Kirchner. You have no one else to blame but you.
Listen,
where's he from? Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
How about your gift?
I don't want my gift. I do not want that gift.
You want to listen to it or anything? Or
I'm not listening. Anything that's ticking in that box.
Now, let's be serious. It's Christmas time, and this is for you.
I don't want it. No,
kidding?
thank you. No. Give it to Okerlund, your pal. Give it to him. Pay off whatever bet you.
We'll be back in just
I don't
a
want
moment,
it. You can give me
wrestling
cash.
fans, with the adorable one.
Miss Betty's on her way with the gift. Crew, don't worry.
Talk about classic matchups. We've got one coming up in the adorable one, Adrian Adonis against the Junkyard Dog. But don't forget, still to come yet, this on our special Christmas show here on Primetime, World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan.
That's right. Miss Betty's going to bring gifts for the crew.
Crew,
I know what you're thinking.
Betty's
You're thinking it's the Bobby Heenan doll that's on sale on all the toy shops.
I hope not.
No, I'm not giving him anything like that. Them giving him something that, well, it's comparable.
Let's go to ringside for the Junkyard Dog and the adorable one, Adrian Adonis.
You know what it could be?
Might have went to take some kind of a weight reduction program somewhere. He might, he was well over that. He was close to that 340-pound mark.
May well have been going to a health farm, but you brought up a very good point, Gorilla. Sooner or later, adorable Adrian is going to find himself face-to-face with one Roddy Piper.
Right now, he's got to deal with the Junkyard Dog, and Adrian taking exception to the 15-foot-long steel chain that is the Dog's trademark. Oh, there he goes again. Referee's going to have to take that chain and collar away from the Dog, and Adrian's going to stay out there until he does.
Well, the adorable one not very anxious to get into the ring with the JYD. And the fans here in the Boston Garden, Gorilla, some 18,000, leave no doubt as to who they're pulling for.
JYD, big favorite here in Beantown. Chain is gone. Adrian's back in there. The chapeau is gone. Of course, he may not be too successful here without that perfume bottle and that inhaler that he uses. And the mouth of the South running around everywhere with that megaphone disturbing everybody. New York City born and bred. Adrian Adonis. Some very derogatory statements coming from the many fans here in the Boston Garden, and there's no love affair going on between they and Adrian Adonis. In fact, this is one of the toughest sports towns in the entire world. There's no wishy-washy fans here. They either love you or they hate you.
They are second to no one in showing support for the great teams here in Boston, from the Bruins to the Celtics to the Red Sox to the New England Patriots, and nor are they second to any fans anywhere showing their displeasure.
Say what you want about Adrian Adonis and some of his lifestyles. When it comes to what you can do inside the squared circle, he doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody. Got it all in his repertoire, can do it all. Has the speed, has the agility, even at that body weight, and has the wrestling knowledge.
If anyone personified the saying, you can't tell a book by its cover, it's the adorable one.
Well, you know, another of our colleagues, Jesse the Body Ventura, wouldn't take a guy for a partner unless he thought he had an awful lot on the ball, and they were, in fact, the East-West connection, Ventura and Adonis.
And a very successful tag team, to say the least.
Backed right up into the corner. One right down, looking for a little mercy. Dog's not going to get psyched out here. No way, shape, or form. He's too experienced for that. What a record the Junkyard Dog is combined and put together here in the World Wrestling Federation. Watch out. Shoulder block. Adrian got the worst of that one as the Dog never budged. Adrian proceeding to tear apart everything.
So much for the ring apron.
And the Dog playing it cool. Oh, Nice knee, well placed. Short forearm. Got the dog quivering. Reversal, yes. Upside down and over the top rope goes the adorable one, and he's hanging there.
Talking about hanging someone out to dry.
Not a very advantageous position to be put in. Dog goes right out after him. And the dog with a headbutt. And a big right hand right into the kisser of Adrian. Oh, right in the nose, right between the eyes. Dog bails in, and look at, he's waiting for him. Junkyard Dog's not going to be outsmarted in this match if he can at all help it. And even though he lost 25 or 30 pounds, look at that derby hanging out. Couldn't really get a good shot of it from that vantage point.
Give me by the hair. Give me by the hair. Let it go. 1, 2, 3.
Dog with a handful of hair gets Adrian back to his feet. Another headbutt. Not too many of those. It won't take too many of those to put you away, Kenny. A couple of big headbutts like that, and the dog's got you right where he wants you.
JYD's got to have one of the hardest heads in the WWF.
The referee grabbed the arm of the Junkyard Dog and giving the golden opportunity to Adrian Adonis to sneak in a cheap shot there. And he managed to turn the tables.
He capitalized on it in a New York second.
Adonis down there for the cover, but he's not going to get him. I don't know. The more I look at Adonis, the more I feel that maybe he hasn't lost all that weight.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe it was the chapeau that gave me that appearance.
The protrusion seems to have been growing as this match wore on. Maybe he was just holding it in at the start.
Maybe. Look out. Dog shoved out between the ropes. He's out on the hardwood floor here in the Boston Gardens, but came right down on his feet. Adrian grimacing in pain. Not surprising after the sum of the punishment he's already taken in this particular matchup. Arm whip in. Watch out. Good night. Irene slaps on the sleeper. And the dog rams him right into the top turnbuckle. One of the few ways to get out of that sleeper. Now both men going right out to the floor. Adrian misses with a big roundhouse, but the dog doesn't. And there's another headbutt. And still another one by the dog. And the referee's laying the count on both men. Both up on the apron now. Uh-oh. Something's going on here. Adrian Adonis has been counted outside the ring, I do believe.
Perhaps Adrian missed the experience of Jimmy Hart at ringside.
Perhaps.
The winner of this match by a countout, the Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog victorious here on a countout. Very unusual countout at that. Both guys appear to me to be very lethargic in that match. You know them both. Well, you know Adrian very well. I know that.
I don't know what to say.
You never know what to say.
Well, I don't know what to say about them. I don't concern myself with other people's problems.
Well, here's one of your problems right here. It's my gift.
I'm not. That's no problem for me. How would you like this, Monsoon? How would you like a Bobby Heenan doll?
How would I like a Bobby Heenan doll?
Yes.
I had one time.
Yeah,
cut it in half.
No, you put a tail on it.
I had to cut it in half.
People are showing up at the match with dolls with tails on it.
A newcomer on the scene here in the World Wrestling Federation. In fact, I believe this will be his first appearance on Prime Time Wrestling.
Outhouse Jack.
No, Outback.
Outback Jack.
Outback. Why do you keep calling him Outhouse?
Well, I could make a mistake. I'm human.
This guy is, from what I understand, I haven't seen him actually inside the squared circle, but from all the things that I've seen on him.
I want you to check the tusk on the guy.
From down under.
You know what he uses for dental floss?
We're going to take a look.
Rope.
Outback Jack with some Aborigine friends.
Like Leon Spinks.
G'day, mates. I'm Outback Jack from down under in Australia. These are me mates from the Buckeye tribe. They taught me how to live and survive in the Outback. The corroboree, that's to prepare me to do battle in the World Wrestling Federation. I reckon I'm ready. I'm Outback Jack.
The Buckeye Tribe indeed.
Guy's got some dynamite neighbors, don't he?
Well,
guys he runs with.
You know, I think it's a lot tougher to survive in the World Wrestling Federation than it is maybe to
Tough
survive.
to survive in that neighborhood where he's at, and they're painting his kisser.
You know, in the Outback is tough, but you know, there's another thing going down right now in the World Wrestling Federation. It's got a lot of guys up in arms, including myself, including Jack Tunney, president of the World Wrestling Federation, and that is the undesirable attitude and the undesirable techniques currently being used by one Danny Davis. Would you care to expound?
I'd like to see Outhouse Jack again.
It's Outback Jack. Danny Davis is in deep trouble right here in the World Wrestling Federation. How's he treated by the fans?
Fans booing, bothering me. Are you kidding? Fans don't bother me. The only thing I'm concerned with when I referee is what's going on in the ring. You fans can boo, holler, scream, do anything you like.
You teaching him how to lie or what?
He didn't lie. Oh, I don't know if he's lying or not. I don't even...
Said he's only interested in what's going on in the ring. He hasn't been right yet about what's going on in the ring.
What does he do outside the ring?
That's his personal business.
See? He only cares about what's going on inside the ring.
It's time, indeed, for our feature here this week on Prime Time Wrestling. As we promised you earlier on, World's Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan.
Against my man Hercules.
With the chains.
Yes. Now, you people are going to hear Hogan, at a particular point in this match, give up when Hercules hoists him up on his back.
Highly unlikely. Let's go to ringside for our feature match with Hulk Hogan.
Is Miss Betty here yet?
I don't know, Jess, but I can tell you where the power is. It's right here. This jam-packed arena. Listen to this extraordinary demonstration of Hulkamania.
Yeah, Hulkamania. That's all fine. I think the dude's lost it. I think the man is confused. He is now finally facing a challenger who's just as strong as he is in that ring.
What a roar as Hogan points the bad finger at Hercules. Hulk Hogan preparing for, I believe, what he described as his ultimate title defense.
Well, I'll tell you, if he thinks ripping off a T-shirt is going to intimidate Hernandez, he better think again what he's got left to think with.
That's Hulkamania. Here it comes again. Oh, yeah, one more time. And here comes one for you, Jesse.
Hey, I don't care about that, McMahon. Crowds don't win matches. Hogan's going down.
We're back with the World Wrestling Federation title defense of Hulk Hogan, beating challenger Hercules Hernandez.
Well, I'll tell you, Hernandez is wasting no time. We're going to find out right now, McMahon, who the stronger man is in a test of strength.
Look at those two titans colliding in the ring.
And Hogan's going down. He's on a knee.
I can't believe it.
Look at, he's turning to the referee. He's begging. Champion Hulk Hogan's begging to Hercules. Please, he's saying, let me up, Hercules. I'm looking bad.
I don't think that's what he's saying or thinking. Right now, Hulk Hogan's trying to make his way right back up to the top. And here he comes. The Hulkster back up, now up high. And it looks like Hercules is going down.
I don't know, McMahon. Ooh, brilliant move on the part of Hernandez. Drove that head right into Hogan's chest. And look at that. Picks him up like a sack of potatoes. Wham, into the corner. I think without a doubt, Hernandez has proved he's the stronger man.
Maybe he has, Jesse, thus far, but the match's still young. It's not over yet.
Well, it definitely is not over, McMahon, but the big Hercules is going to work with a big series of forearm and elbow, and he's got the champ shaking his head.
Hercules hauls him out of there. Throw Hogan out front, reversal to the buckle, clothesline by the champion.
Well, Hogan turned the tide there, a quick move that might just have saved him, McMahon.
Right hand. The Hulkster now with the momentum. He may have hurt his hand on that occasion. Hercules whipped to the rope, headed it off, missed with a clothesline from the other, and a high knee right on the butt of the jaw. Oh, and what's happening now?
Now, what is the purpose? Hogan chasing Heenan outside the ring?
Bobby Heenan running for his life. Heenan in the ring. And he's heading out of there as fast as he can. And look at this. The boot to the face. And the Hulkster, once again, has the momentum.
Hogan has the early momentum right here. Hercules has got to do something. Hercules has to do something to change this.
Elbows, and oh, he just missed.
And that's exactly what he just did.
Now, I've got to say, Jesse, that's an impressive physique, but the wrong move. Why is it Hernandez on Hulk Hogan? That's stupidity.
That's not stupidity. He's got the champion crawling on the mat.
Take it. Hogan's eating canvas out there. Hercules Hernandez in control of the moment. Sets up the champion. Whips it to the far side. And down to the canvas once again. Champion Hulk Hogan and Hercules. You know, Hogan looks good on his knees. I've seen him on his knees in 2 or 3 occasions now in this match, and he looks good like that. Bobby Heenan hoping that his investment pays off here tonight on Saturday night's main event. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Dave Hebner refereeing again now. He got smashed in the last bout. What is that thick-headed Jack Tunney, president of the World Wrestling Federation, allowing Hebner to come out and referee a title match like this again? It could be because Hebner might even be tougher than you, Jesse. This is ridiculous. How can Hebner, he probably can't even count to 3 at this point in time. Hebner, of course, disqualified both participants earlier on. He might very well disqualify Hernandez if some of these shenanigans keep up. But keep in mind, the Hulkster has behind him the thousands upon thousands who are in this jam-packed arena rooting for Hulkamania all the way. Well, I'll tell you, McMahon, they can root all they want. There's Hulkamania right there. Wham! Knee right to the back. Hercules once again in control. Oh, look at that. That's got to be painful. Oh, I'll tell you what. I can feel Hogan's vertebrae cracking and snapping all the way back here. Hernandez, again, cinching victory. Perhaps a bit of overconfidence here, Jesse. Well, I'm not sure about overconfidence. I think he's definitely making a mistake not staying on Hogan. He's got him hurt. Hernandez now, look. He's trying to get him up in the backbreaker. He has it. He's got him up. He's got him up in the Hercules backbreaker. Perhaps a new champion just moments from now. Hogan shaking his head. I heard him, McMahon. He's saying I quit. He's saying I quit. Hogan submitting. He's submitting. We've got a new champion of the world, McMahon. I heard it. Wait a minute. Referee Dave Hebner. What? No, sir, the match is not over. McMahon, I heard the man. I heard the man. Too much of that fake hair down over your ears. It's obvious that Hebner can't hear nothing. He's had his marbles scrambled. Hogan quit. Hogan has been the only man to have sustained that tremendous backbreaker applied by Hercules Hernandez. This is an atrocity, McMahon. I heard the man quit. Cover him, Hernandez. Finish it with a 3. We have 2, and Hogan kicks out, but with authority. The champion. Feeling the electricity. Trying to get, a right hand by Hernandez. Look what's happening. The Hulkster coming alive. This is robbery. This is total robbery. The man quit. Hernandez is frustrated. And look at champion Hogan coming around. Hulkamania is coming right at Hernandez. I just can't believe the man has gotten up from that backbreaker. Another right hand. Another. Hogan in a rope. Oh, what a right that was. Off the rope again. And there the elbow. Crushing into the forehead of Hernandez. Hulk Hogan now with Hernandez to the buckle. I don't take its toll. Here's one coming out to the buckle again. Hogan unrelenting now. Challenger Hernandez. What's the matter with that referee Hebner? He not only destroys the whole match, Hogan's got him by the hair and Hebner's doing nothing about it. Hernandez's brains have to be scrambled. Reverse knife edge. The challenger down. The champion perhaps cinching victory. Hulk Hogan with Hernandez on his feet, maybe not for long. Whip to the rope. Big boot to the face. Hogan off the rope. Drops the leg. 300 plus pounds. The cover. 2. Yes, I don't believe it. You know, I'll tell you something, McMahon. I know exactly what this guy was talking about now when he says the power lies here in the palm of his hand. It means he's got that referee in the palm of his hand to save his title. Boot to the face. Hogan here cinching victory. Quickly now to the rope. The champion setting up that powerful leg drop right across the chest. Hulk Hogan on to victory.
World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan.
What a victory for the champion, Hulk Hogan. And what an ovation for this extraordinary athlete. Well, you know, McMahon, I'll tell you something. I think it's a real sad case when a referee can determine the outcome of an athletic event, which is exactly what I'm talking about in the case of this match. I heard Hogan quit.
and that idiot, incompetent referee Dave Hebner allowed the match to continue. I know what they mean when he says the power lies in the palm of the hand. Now, he's got referees and Tunney and everybody in his back pocket.
There is no way that you could have heard anything because the roar of this crowd is absolutely deafening. It's a celebration of Hulkamania.
I'll tell you, McMahon, in NFL football, they've gone to instant replay. Maybe it's time we go to that too. Maybe it's time we find out truthfully if Hogan did concede like I maintain he did.
What a physique. My goodness, listen to it. Listen to this crowd.
You're ridiculous, McMahon, because you're totally caught up in Hulkamania. You're the most biased announcer I've ever heard in my life.
Look at that physique. Yours would pale by comparison. You have the audacity to refer to yourself as the body.
Wait a minute, McMahon. It is not me that calls me the body. It's the world that calls me the body.
And the world calls Hulk Hogan champion. Yes, indeed.
You know what makes me sick? This is wrestling, and this guy's out here like he's in an Atlantic City beauty contest, posing away.
What a battle. Indeed. Tough time for the champion.
Am I correct? Now, he hoisted him up across his shoulders.
I give you that, yes.
And he had him. Now, when Hercules put him down, he put him down like he knew he'd won that match. Didn't it look that way to you?
It gave that appearance, yes.
Did you see Hogan's head shaking in this manner?
I, in fact, did.
Well, I thought he gave a however.
If I were to put you up in a backbreaker and was applying pressure, your head would be shaking in the same manner. For Jesse the Body Ventura to say that he heard, is ludicrous.
I heard him too. I heard Hogan.
You may have been able to hear something that was going on in the ring, but not Jesse the Body Ventura.
I heard Hebner say, have you had it? And I heard Hogan say, I've had it. I've had it. That's good enough for me. That's when you ring that bell.
Who's the world's heavyweight champion? Hulk Hogan. Well, that brings us to a close for our special Christmas program. This is your gift here, Bobby. And
where are the presents?
Where's the stuff for the crew you got?
Well, wait a minute. She's supposed to be here.
Listen.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute.
We're not going to accept this. I'm going to open it and give it to somebody.
Okay, listen, guys. Listen, right. Hey, Big Mouth, be quiet. Now listen. She's not here with the gifts. I promise you'd have gifts. Only thing I can do is, will you guys accept cash?
That sounds good, guys.
Okay.
Cash is always good.
Soon as the show's over, I'll take my wallet here.
We want it on camera.
Oh, wait, I'm not going to do that on camera, but I'll make sure all you guys have cash right when the show's over.
We don't trust you.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't trust you either. You wouldn't take my gift, huh? You dummy, you. Can't even get it out. Well, it was a little something for you, but you didn't want it. It's just a telephone because you had so much trouble with the telephone. You didn't want it, so we'll give it to.
No,
you didn't.
No, wait a minute.
You didn't want the phone.
Wait a minute. It's my gift. You gave this to me.
You said you didn't want it. How about the crew? You going to give them something before we go off the air?
I'm going to give them cash. I told you that.
All right, well, go ahead and give it to them.
Well, wait till we go off the air and I'll give them cash.
Well, let me give it to them.
No, that's my wallet.
You what? You got $1 here. What is it?
Wait a minute.
And a picture of all your fans.
You know that Oka, when he was out here, he must have rifled that wallet of mine.
What a cheapskate.
I'm telling you that right now.
Take your
I had $11,000 on me.
We'll see you next Monday.
Wait a minute. Christmas isn't yet. You guys don't...